Hey, this is Mark the Game Shark, and you're watching Jimbo from Retro Game Lounge.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of a Retro Game Haul featuring the one and only System Syko.
What's up?
Who's joining me for this one. If you haven't checked out part 1, go ahead and click that link in the description box. He goes through his pickups, I go through my games. We got an epic bundle in there, man. We got great pickups from him. We got all the stuff that you can count on from Retro Game Haul. Oh, yeah. Just click the link, dude. Why would you watch this video if you weren't going to watch part 1? Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's like, you watch, like, you know, the Two Towers and you don't watch, like, you know, fucking Fellowship of the Ring. Like, you won't know what's going on. Watch the first movie first. Come on.
Stop playing.
Just like, come on. Just watch it. Click that link. Thank you.
Alright.
2 cents accepted. So, I got a couple of obscure ones here that really make no sense, but I don't care. We're just going to run with it. So, we got a thrift store find and a Craigslist pickup. First, we got Ape Escape, which I've heard is kind of valuable, like not like ridiculous, but it's not like a $10 game. That's a little more. I got it for $1 at a thrift store.
Dude, that's a sweet find.
That is. That's like, I don't normally find those. It was just mixed in with the CDs, and I was like, oh, a PlayStation game. And I was like, yeah, for $1, I'll take a chance on it. But yeah, the Ape Escape series apparently has like kind of like a cultish following. Like it's kind of an obscure platformer, and we were just talking about it. It was one of the first games to use the analog stick. Yeah. You know, so it was very, very early on in the PlayStation life cycle. But it looks kind of neat. Almost like a kind of a Crash Bandicoot-y type thing, you know, where you're just like running around doing stuff. But I don't know, I haven't played it.
It's a solid game. It's worth. There's a reason why there's a cult following.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
it's pretty cool.
I'll give it a shot. And the other one is even weirder, called Space Raiders, and you may not be able to see it, but at the top it says from the creators of Space Invaders.
That game looks tight.
Basically, this is like the sequel to Space Invaders, but it's done like modern. You've got story mode, survival mode, you got 3 characters to pick from, you've got co-op mode, and basically, I'll show you guys a screenshot of the back of the box right now. You basically like line up your shit in an alley, like where you're fighting aliens, and then like become Space Invaders. Like they managed to turn that into something 3D where the aliens like do coming at you, and you're just like sitting there cutting them down. I would just like, I saw it and I was like, it looks so fucking weird that I think I would like to play it. Just because it looks so bizarre. I was like, there's a sequel to Space Invaders?
I've been wanting that game, man. I've never played it. It looks tight.
I don't have much GameCube, but dude, whatever.
That's a solid score.
1 for the pile, and it was like basically free in the bundle. So bundles are the way to go. When you're at our level of insanity.
Okay.
Bundle up, bitch.
I got Dimension Drive, which is a PlayAsia exclusive. Oh. And then I got Code Princess EX. Dimension Drive I actually have for the PS4 as well, but I want to double dip. I just like shooters. I love shmups. This is a.
Me too.
I can't really explain exactly. This is a different kind of shmup.
Okay.
It has like 2 screens, and you can switch between the screen.
I've heard about that.
You're transparent in one of them.
Yeah.
That's this. This game is hard as balls. Me and my friend, like, we just quit. We were playing it late at night. We're like, dude, I can't think, because you really gotta think. You gotta switch. Yeah, you gotta switch like at certain times, or then. But yeah, this game is dope. And then Code of Princess EX is actually a spiritual successor to Guardian Heroes for the Sega Saturn. Nice. It even says it, be the guardian
of 50 plus
heroes. So it says it right there in the back.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. But I'll be honest with you, this game is nowhere near Guardian Heroes. Guardian Heroes is leaps and bounds better than this game. This game's a little slow. I try to get into it, but it's okay. But it's nothing to really like. I wouldn't like really. So
it's a beat 'em up RPG?
Yeah. You level up your character. You can you can put like armor on and get different weapons and everything. But it's, you know, there's different. What do you call it when like you can go down levels?
You go down levels?
Yeah, where it's not just a straight side like beat 'em up. Instead, it's like you can go up platforms. It's kind of like Guardian Heroes.
Yeah. Okay.
So you do that,
but
for some reason I don't know. This game just doesn't feel the same.
No.
So yeah, it doesn't feel the same.
Was it a limited run type thing? Or?
Nah, I don't know if it's limited, but
like not limited run as in the company, but like a limited print run.
It might be. I think usually with this company, I don't know how to pronounce it. Nicalis? Yeah, Nicalis.
Nicalis, yeah.
Yeah, so it actually comes with a manual, and it comes with a little, I think it's a
CD, I guess?
Yeah.
The soundtrack or something?
It's a digital, yeah. I think it's a soundtrack. And so what they usually do is they'll do a first run with the manual and the soundtrack, and then they'll do another run without that stuff.
Nice.
So I actually pre-ordered it, so
You got the better version then, dude.
Version, so.
Wow.
That was mine.
Your pickups are way cooler than mine. So, I got a fat stack of Xbox games here, but all of these Xbox games, even though they're from different publishers mostly, have one thing in common. I basically just kind of went on a tear where I decided, like, you know, the Xbox 360 is definitely in its twilight year. And it's like, I know that all this Xbox 360 stuff eventually is going to go by the wayside, and I just got to thinking, like, well, what's going to happen to the stuff that's on the marketplace? Like the digital, you know, games, you know, that came out originally on digital, like, are you still going to be able to get those? Like, will you be able to keep them? Will they even work? So I was just thinking, like, well, why don't I just see if any of these games have been released on disc, because then I can have a physical copy and I'm basically future-proofed. And I looked it up and I was actually amazed at how many of them were actually released on disc. Like, stuff that I never would have imagined was put out on a physical copy was. Because if they did this kind of stuff nowadays, this would be like Limited Run, or somebody doing this shit.
That's
like,
true.
this wouldn't have been from the major publisher, but I'll blast through them real quick. So DuckTales, I'm sure a lot of you got that. It was originally digital only, but then they started releasing physical copies. Absolutely fantastic game, dude. I cannot say enough about this. It's like everything the original game was, and then some. They just ramped it up to the next level. Better story, original voice actors and everything, just absolutely awesome. Not the best game, but this is actually kind of interesting. So Deadliest Warrior, based on the show that was formerly on Spike TV. This disc, I know you can't read it, but it says across the top, hybrid disc includes game and 6 episodes of Deadliest Warrior, and Spike TV doesn't exist anymore. So, as far as I know, they didn't release a box set of that. I could be wrong, but this may be the only way to get those episodes on a disc, which would be really fucking weird.
Yeah.
So this is both versions of the game. Deadliest Warrior 1 and Deadliest Warrior 2, basically, where it's like, you know, ninja versus Spartan and knight versus pirate, you know, like all these kind of dream matchups, like who would win if you put these two ancient relics in a fight. So you can put these two guys together, kind of like World Heroes from SNK when you think about it. That was basically the same concept. Wow, Deadliest Warrior totally jacked SNK. Bullshit. And next up we got the Capcom Digital Collection.
That's a good one.
This is a good one. So you got Street Fighter 2 HD Remix, which is a great game. Final Fight Double Impact, which is Final Fight Arcade and Magic Sword. I own both those arcade cabinets too, and this is definitely one of the best ways to play both of those. 1942 Joint Strike, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, or excuse me, Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix, the Puzzle Fighter version. Then we got Bionic Commando 2 Rearmed, and a very underrated game, Commando 3 Wolves of the Battlefield. That is a fucking fun game.
Is it? I haven't played that.
3-player game. It's like, it's a Commando game, but it plays like a Mercs game.
Oh, shit.
So to me, it's like Mercs 3. Yeah, it's really, really fun. Again, I had no idea that this was only available, that this was available on disc. I was like, holy shit. Like, I already own that game on digital. And I was like, holy crap, I can have a physical copy? And then we got Rocket Men something and Flock. I don't know what those two pieces of shit are, but that's not why I bought that game. I basically bought it for, like, the Capcom Greatest Hits, and that's why I got it. So then we got Watchmen, The End Is Nigh, Part 1 and 2. This, in my opinion, will go down in the annals of Xbox 360 history as an absolute hidden gem. Again, I had no idea that these were available on disc. I bought them digitally. A buddy of mine played through. It's an old school split screen, like buddy co-op beat 'em up bro up kind of shit, where one of you is Night Owl, one of you is Rorschach, and you just walk around and just beat the shit out of people, man.
Nice.
Like awesome combos. They got the two voice actors to reprise the roles as the voices and everything like that. And dude, the combos that these dudes do, like you're breaking bones, making bitches bleed and shit. Like this is some hard edge crap where Rorschach goes into rage mode and just starts fucking people up, and like Night Owl has kind of like the Batman stuff where he's got like, you know, the utility belt and all that other shit. So like each guy has their strong points.
Okay. So is that game co-op?
It is. You can actually play it together on split screen, or you can play it on Xbox Live. So I mean, this is way cool shit. This really is.
I didn't even know it existed until you told me about it.
It's a really cool game. If you can get this one on disc, I don't know how much longer this one's going to be available, guys. If you like beat 'em ups, you will like this game.
Oh,
it is seriously good. It really is. It's basically like a prequel to Watchmen.
Okay.
So, and then we got a 2 for the price of 1. We got the Konami Classics Collection 1 and 2. And we've got Contra Arcade. We have Russian Attack and Track and Field over here. 3 absolutely awesome games. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Super Contra, and Frogger. So, and not Super C, Super Contra, like meaning the actual Contra. So it's, you basically, you have Arcade Contra and Arcade Super Contra.
Dude, I gotta get those. I didn't even know those existed.
Yes, these do, and you gotta get these. Because, I mean, these are like perfect, absolutely perfect ports of everything. and you can play them on Xbox 360 in high definition.
Nice.
Like, what more do you want?
That's what's up.
Top that.
Cool. My next pickups is well, this game it's a GameCube game. It's Metroid Prime, but this one's a little different because it has the Echoes bonus disc. I found this at a CD Game Exchange.
Yeah.
And it was like $16. I was like, yeah, why not?
It's a good price.
Yeah, put it for the collection, you know. So Metroid Prime is one of those games that everybody loves. I think people are like requesting that Nintendo make another Prime game, which
they are.
Yeah, I think they're making a 4, right?
4 is they announced at E3. It's coming.
Yeah. So with me, honestly, I actually got to go back and play these, man, because I've only played the first one like.
Me too. I've only played the second one a little bit.
Yeah. So I got to go back and play this, but I'm glad I got this. This is this is more like a variant, I guess you could say. So got that out the way, and then I got Panzer Dragoon Orta for the Xbox. I've been wanting this game forever, and the way I acquired it is actually kind of funny because I actually have a good friend who works at GameStop. Some GameStops get retro games, and his location doesn't get retro games, but for some reason they shipped 3 games to him, and he knows I'm into retro games, so he had to ship it back to the warehouse or whatever. So before he shipped it back, he sent me a photo. He was like, "Hey man, do you want any of these?" And the one that I wanted was this one, obviously, and he sold it for me for like $12.
Nice.
And I think it goes for like 50 or something.
Oh, at least. Yeah. Anything in Panzer Dragoon.
Yeah. So I actually have the other games for the Sega Saturn, which I love, and this was the last one I needed. So I've completed a series, and yeah.
Very good, man.
This game is legit.
Wow.
Cops.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So, as previously mentioned, you like shoot 'em ups.
I love shoot 'em ups.
I like shoot 'em ups.
Shoot it.
I like Konami shoot 'em ups even more, like Gradius type shit. And we got a bit of an obscure one here that came recommended to me by a friend called Automedius Excellent. You can see right on the front it says inspired by the legendary Gradius. I would be inclined to agree with that. Like it's got a little bit of the old school Konami shooter flavor to it. Like is it on the level of Gradius? No, it leans more towards shoot 'em up as far as shoot 'em up, like kind of like an anime type shit. But it is pretty cool. The soundtrack is really good. Like that, I will give them. The soundtrack is absolutely excellent for this. And you got 3-player simultaneous play, which for a shooter is really weird. It's normally 1 or 2. This has 3, so it's 3-player co-op.
Oh, nice.
That is fucking like that alone will make me buy something when it's that bizarre.
Yeah.
So it's basically like an old school shoot 'em up plugged into a modern game engine with hot anime chicks like riding freaking like weird spaceships. But the weird thing is, dude, there's the Vic Viper.
Nice.
So I mean, it's like, and there's that whatever the fuck that thing is. I can't remember. Yeah, I mean the chick is basically riding the fucking Gradius ship. So
cool.
it is kind of Konami, like kind of sort of winking to their fans, like kind of paying tribute to their roots.
It's like fan service too, right? With
yes,
anime chicks.
It is like this is back when Konami actually did that shit. Konami.
I know,
so,
right?
like let's get where's the new fucking Gradius game, dude? Come on, dude.
Oh, bullshit.
So I've got a play copy, and just by sheer coincidence, I got a sealed copy for dirt cheap. So I'm not normally the guy to do that, but
hey, why not?
Now I've got 2 because 2 is greater than 1. That's how that works.
That's what's up.
And you all know that you would do the same thing if you were in the same position. So don't even talk that shit.
I would. I was 4 games which aren't sold retail in stores. The first one is Ruiner. This was sold by Special Reserve Games. They are very similar to limited run games. They haven't had too many releases so far, but this was one of them. Now, the funny story about this was I was waiting for it to release, and then when the time came to release, apparently the website, it got hacked.
Oh boy!
And it just like it had to shut down, and they couldn't release any of the copies. So they ended up emailing everybody saying, "Sorry, we're gonna get back up in a couple of days, but we still have a few. We'll tell you when we sell it." I ended up getting this from Limited Run. Because Limited Run, I guess sometimes they work hand in hand with Special Reserve Games, but they sold this one as a variant cover, so this one's a little different. So yeah, I copped it. I actually haven't even played it yet, man. It's still sealed.
What kind of game is it?
It's like a shooter.
Okay.
But it's kind of top down in a way. It's okay. You're just like this guy in this weird like mask going around shooting people. So I actually got to play it, but it's more like Cyberpunk. So
okay, all right.
I love Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is amazing. So.
How good does that new Cyberpunk game look, dude?
Dude, that game looks sick. That game looks amazing, dude. I'm gonna get that game. And I think it's first person, right? I'm not really into first person, but I'll make an exception for Cyberpunk.
That was one of the best parts of the Microsoft conference.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely. So.
What else you got?
My last game is 99 Vidas. So this is from a company called Strictly Limited. It's not. It's similar to Limited Run, but I think they're based out in Sweden. I think that's where they're from.
Okay.
This game is a beat 'em up, and it looks just like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's that art style. Okay.
Yeah, it's that art style, and it's pretty cool. But it's hard as shit. And what it is, it's based off of a podcast of Brazil. It's like these group of guys who are real guys, and they made their own game. It's based off of them.
Wow.
And so this game is based in Brazil. So when you play the game, you'll see like the setting. You can tell it's in Brazil. People wear Brazilian jerseys.
Nice.
And all that. But it's really cool. But it's super hard. It's really hard. But
So,
I wanted it because it's a beat 'em up. I love beat 'em ups. So.
I mean, it says like 16-bit action.
Yeah.
And 99 Vidas. That's
Yeah.
Spanish.
99 Vidas.
99 lives.
Exactly. Which is funny because when you first start the game, you start off with 99 Vidas, right? And then when it kind of shows a little cutscene, and then like you see all your lives go all the way down to 5 lives, and then you get like a trophy that says just kidding, it's not really 99 Vidas. You really just get 5. So
Jesus.
I don't even know why they call it 99 Vidas.
So apparently all you need to do to get your own video game is like do a podcast.
I don't know. I guess they're like a very popular, prominent podcast people. I don't know. I'm not Brazilian. I couldn't tell you, but
We need to do a podcast.
yeah,
Apparently.
we need to do a podcast and they can make a beat 'em up of us. That'd be tight.
The retro game hall game. Like retro game brawl.
That'd
Oh. Boom.
be sick.
Aced it. Retro game brawl. Somebody go make that game.
Right now.
Yes, right now. You'll get lots of free t-shirts. Thank you.
That'd be go.
So, going on my Xbox 360 tear, I got a couple of Capcom games, one of which is a compilation, and the other one I just wanted to have a hard copy of. So we got Dead Rising 2 Off the Record. So it's basically the entire Dead Rising 2 game, but instead of playing as Chuck Green, you're playing as Frank West. So it's like an alternate reality Dead Rising 2.
Because 1 and 2 have different protagonists. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's like you get to like go back and play through like the Vegas thing, or Fortune City or whatever it is they call it, as Frank West.
Oh, so that's the difference. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, they've got a few other Easter eggs and things like that in it, but I was like, dude, that is fucking wild. Like, it's just like this alternate universe Dead Rising. On the same token, Devil May Cry HD Collection 1 through 3, remastered in high definition for your Xbox 360. Fantastic games, man. It's like, it's just nice that like I don't have to go back to like the PS2 to play these. I can just pop it in the Xbox 360. It looks better. Watch on a high definition screen. It doesn't look like crap, and I can still rock the games.
Yeah. So it's funny you bring this one up because I recently bought the HD collection for PS4.
Yeah.
Because like they announced Part 5, so I was like, oh, I gotta go back because I haven't really played them like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing the first one, and I'm like, dude, this game is hard as hell.
Yes, it is.
The camera, you can't really move the camera, so it's like a fixed camera angles, and it's like it's super hard. But I'm enjoying it. I think Devil May Cry is awesome.
They're awesome. It was such a revolutionary game, dude. Like riding on the coattails of like the Matrix. Like that was like the perfect time for that game to come out.
Yeah.
He was like flying through the air, like shooting shit.
It's
like
so
it was.
tight. I love it.
It just shows you how big of an influence the Matrix had on like everything. So we did Coke. Let's do Pepsi. We got Konami, little double action here. We got the Silent Hill HD collection, games 2 and 3.
Okay.
He was just asking me like, why didn't they include the first game?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, because it was very low-res PS1 graphics, which wouldn't look any better if you put them in high definition.
So if they were to put it in there, it would have been a lie.
Yeah, it would have been like, you know what? That's bullshit. That's not high definition. So I think they went with, in my opinion, the better games. Like the second one I thought was head and shoulders above the first. You know, with the dude with the giant fucking thing on his head. And just scared the hell out of me and those creepy nurses and stuff. And they definitely would have translated a little bit better to high definition. Okay. So in my opinion, that's the right move. And on the Silent Hill kick, we got Silent Hill Downpour, which I've actually never played, and according to the cover here, it's 3D TV compatible, which isn't a thing anymore. Like, it's already dead technology, but maybe I'll go out and have to get a 3D television just so I can play Silent Hill in 3D. That would be kind of wild. And like a Silent Hill like survival horror game in 3D, that'd be kind of trippy.
Actually, yeah, that sounds pretty.
That sounds kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Like if it's jumping out of the screen, why not?
Pretty cool.
I mean, look, yeah, like, is that the stretch? Look at all this shit. Why not? So, next up, I got a trio of Scooby-Doo games because I like Scooby-Doo games. That's kind of like just one of those things I like, and these three actually happen to be pretty damn decent games that I think a lot of people sleep on. First, we got Scooby-Doo Unmasked. There's actually another one for the Xbox, like 1001 Frights or something like that. I don't have that one yet. But it's this from THQ. Basically, it's one player. You play as, I think, exclusively as Scooby. And, like, he gets, like, different powers when you put different outfits on. Okay. Like, when he dresses up as Robin Hood, he's got, like, a bow and arrow and shit. Nice. And you're just basically, you know, trying to solve the mystery. Dope. And with the Wii, we got Scooby-Doo The Spooky Swamp and Scooby-Doo First Frights. These are basically prequels to the Scooby-Doo series. Where, like, Scooby, Shaggy, you know, everybody's basically, like, younger. Like, they're kind of just starting out as Mystery Inc. And both of these are co-op, actually. Oh, and one of them is Pro Controller compatible. Yeah, where you basically like you team up as like Velma and Daphne or Scooby and Shaggy. Okay. And you know you got kind of like an actiony platform thing. Like Scooby does like nunchucks with his freaking salami, and like you know Fred can throw stuff. Like each character kind of he's got like you know combat cold cuts and shit. So yeah, each character kind of has like their own strengths and stuff. Like Fred will dress up as a quarterback and he can throw footballs and all that kind of shit. Interesting. It's actually kind of neat to play this with a second player. Okay. Like it's just kind of a neat, kind of cute. You know, cute 'em up. Not really cute 'em up, but like, if there's a cute beat 'em up, then I guess that would be it. Could you still call that a cute 'em up?
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Because it's beat 'em up and shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
So it's you know cute 'em up. Like I don't know. You need another word for beat. Poot 'em up.
Boot 'em up.
Poot 'em up. You know, some kind of kiddie version. So these aren't that much money. You can still get these pretty cheap, like sub $10, and they're actually kind of fun. So get them while you can, ladies and gents. So, I don't know about you, dude, but I like bundles. Okay. Because it's a really good way to get games, especially when you're doing like a Craigslist or like an OfferUp or something like that. Usually somebody's got like a box of stuff that they just want gone, and if you play your cards right, you can usually get it really cheap. Okay. So I got a bundle I'm going to go over with you. You like OG Xbox? Yeah. I love it, dude. I'm a hardcore OG Xbox fan. So I got a handful of things that I'm going to go over here. We got the Mad Catz Blaster, which is awesome because you got a memory card slot in a magazine. I mean, isn't that dope? That's crazy. That's where your memory card goes. So, there's actually several good games for the OG Xbox you can play this with.
House of the Dead 3?
House of the Dead 3 is one of them. Another really good one is the Starsky and Hutch game, which is 2-player.
Is that a good game?
Yes. One guy can drive and one guy can shoot.
Oh, word.
It's kind of this like freak anomaly type thing. Like, I mean, is it like a fantastic game? No, but is it fun to play with two people? Yes. Okay. It is. So, you're covered for House of the Dead and all that good stuff with this. On the same token, and this is definitely going up in value, the Xbox High Definition Adapter.
Oh, wow.
So, you've got your stereo out and you've got your component upgrade, digital audio out and stuff like that. The original ones for these are definitely on the up and up on price because apparently they didn't make that many of them. This one's a Microsoft branded one. It's got the official Xbox logo on it. So this alone is worth more than I paid for the entire bundle.
Really?
Yes, these are 30 and up now just for this stupid adapter. Damn. So, and if you're gonna play Xbox, this is the way to do it. Okay. I mean, it makes the picture look significantly better. Yeah. So it's definitely worth it, especially if you've got a game that's actually HD compatible, like Evil Dead Regeneration. That'll run in 1080i. Wow. So it does pay to have that with a handful of games. Shit. So then we got a trio of games with it. This I think is semi-obscure. It's just not really a game, but it's the LucasArts Xbox experience. It's just kind of like a preview disc of all their games. Like you got Knights of the Old Republic, Republic Commando, Wraith Unleashed, Armed and Dangerous, Gladius, just kind of all the stuff that they were putting out.
Oh, Armed and Dangerous, I got that. It's a pretty funny game.
So it's just kind of like an obscure trinket, I guess you could say, for the Xbox collection that I just thought was weird. Again, it didn't cost anything. And then we got a pair of SNK games. Pow! See, I thought you'd like that one. Yeah, all in this. All right, so ask me how much I paid for this bundle.
How much? I'd say, I mean, you probably got it for cheap, so I'd say $20.
$10.
Are you serious?
Yes, for this
Where
whole
the hell
thing.
did you get this from?
Craigslist.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, we got Capcom versus SNK 2 EO. Excellent game, dude. Dude, this is like My Crew versus Your Crew.
Yeah, so
because you're a Capcom guy, I'm an SNK guy.
So the PS2 version was the that's the game I bought with my PS2 back in the day, and then I think EO is the same version as the GameCube one. I think it's I don't know what difference it is, but it's better than the PS2.
Skins and all that other usual
shit. Is it?
Shit.
Okay. But yeah, man, this is probably one of my favorite fighting games ever.
It's one of the best fighting games.
Yeah, it's one of the best fighting games. Like it's amazing.
I mean, it's always like the dream team kind of thing. Like, I mean, instead of just like Terry Bogard versus Ryu, you know, like one Top Gun versus the other Top Gun. Like you've got like Homaru from Samurai Showdown in this. Like it's like who would win if these guys got in a fight? You can finally figure it out. You know, which is super duper cool.
And this is the Capcom version.
Yes.
Where the next game...
The next game is the SNK version. Yeah. So we got SVC Chaos, SNK versus Capcom. So leaning more towards the SNK art style, whereas this one is more towards the Capcom art style. Yeah. So this is basically SNK's version of the game. Where you've got, I mean, look at Dawson, dude. It's like Dawson done SNK. It's fucking wild. So it's really, really cool just to kind of that Capcom and SNK were able to like get together and be like, why don't we just both basically make a game? You do it your way, we'll do it our way. Yeah. And they gave them access to each other's characters and stuff. Really, really cool game. Really, really fun.
So what's funny is on the cover it says "Win an arcade machine," right? Mm-hmm. I have a funny story about this game. When I used to go to community college, right? My college actually had an arcade with a lot of really good games at King of Fighters. So they had this game, right? Mm-hmm. And there was this one guy who would just beat the crap out of us all the time. He'd use Mr. Karate.
Oh,
and so
God.
When I had like a big break between classes, I'd go and practice. And my guy was Ken, because Ken had like the best specials in my opinion. Sure. So like I practiced, and finally I ended up playing this guy. And then I kind of studied the way he played. Okay. You know, behind him, and so I finally studied the way he played, and then I ended up beating him with Ken. And this guy, it's funny when you see somebody that's so good that just loses, because they're just like, what the you get all mad, and you're like, what the heck? This is not sense.
How is that possible?
Yeah, and so I ended up beating him. But yeah, I have really good memories with this game, man. And my friend, one of my good friends, bought this game, and he ended up giving me his copy for free. So
$10 mega bundle. I mean, just getting the games by themselves would be $10, or the gun, or the adapter. Like,
dude, $10? That's not even enough money to get like a meal at McDonald's anymore.
No, not if you go supersize, which
that was a good deal right there.
I think so, man. Like they had a bunch of other crap that I didn't want, so this is basically like I just kind of took the best stuff in the box and yeah. I mean, it's SNK versus Capcom with gun and that. I mean, why not? Yeah, you know, for $10. Yes,
all day, every day.
Yes, win. So I know this is Retro Game Hall, but dude, we're both modern collectors too. Yeah, like it doesn't. Yeah, we're not going to be like, oh, I don't play modern games. You know, they were all the old ones are better. There's plenty of good modern games, guys. Come on. So I got a couple of really good ones here. First one, I want to give an epic shout out to my man Kuba over in Taiwan for sending this over to me. Dude, you rock. And dude, his wife is fucking hot as shit.
Okay.
She is. Yes.
All right.
I've told him that. I was like, dude, your wife's hot as shit. Really? Like, she looks like a freaking Asian, like, Instagram model.
Where's he from?
He's originally from Poland, but he lives in Taiwan.
Oh, okay.
So cool. So thank you, Kuba, for sending this to me. This is Raiden 5 hard copy. I've got it on digital. They did not release this on hard copy here in the States.
Unless it's PS4 version.
Yes, unless you're PS4 and you've got the definitive version of the game where it actually has 2 players. Thanks a lot for that, Moss, you assholes, for not giving us a second. I mean, look, guys, alright, rant time. How are you going to release a Raiden game that's not 2 players when every single Raiden game in history has been 2 players?
Has it?
Yes. Okay. Every single one. That's like a Double Dragon game that isn't 2 players. It wouldn't be Double Dragon, it'd be Single Dragon. That's ridiculous. So, next up, we got a purchase courtesy of Best Buy. We're both Gamers Club Unlocked members. Guys, if you are, milk that shit for everything it's worth, because this is it. Once your Gamers Club Unlocked runs out, they're not renewing it. So I think I've got the better part of a year left. Same here. So they recently had a sale where Shadow of War Gold Edition, the sequel of Shadow of Mordor, was on sale for $20. So I got it for $16. Nice. So you literally have the game, all the DLC, all the add-ons, all the skins, all the usual nonsense. It took me like 8 fucking hours to install this damn thing because there was so much. Yeah, like not really 8 hours, but it was more like an hour. But I mean, this was long. It was like total. I think it was like 60 gigs. This was a massive install. So the biggest, I think the biggest thing for it for me rather is that it's Xbox One X enhanced. So it's running in native 4K HDR. So it's like, I have an Xbox One X downstairs. That's what I play my Xbone shit on. Nice. And it looks awesome on the Xbox One X. Like, everything just looks fucking stunning. And for like $16 for like everything in the game, no brainer, no hidden costs or anything like that. You literally have everything from start to finish. That is, why wouldn't you do that?
Okay.
I mean, if you don't do that, just stop playing games forever and send them all to us. And here we got something for the arcade. So, down in my arcade, I have two little tube televisions down in the corner. I'll cut it a picture so you guys can see what they look like. And what I like to do on these is, one of them I'll have like old VHS tapes of like 80s hair metal or like cartoons or Beavis and Butthead, you know, something like that playing on there. And on the other one I'll usually have like Super Mario Bros. Super Show or like Legend of Zelda or Gem of the Holograms, like something like that I've got on DVD. So I'm always looking for other things that I can show in the arcade to kind of change it up, you know, because it gets stale after a while. And I found this as an eBay purchase. It's called Playing with Power, Commercials and More for your Nintendo Entertainment System, and it's got freaking Miyamoto there on the front, which is kind of weird, like rendered in 8-bit. So basically what this is the wonderful collection of retro nostalgia includes commercials from Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and more. Some bonus material includes a very rare Nintendo service training video, which I've watched, and it's absolutely hilarious. 80s trash goodness. So all the kind of like, you know, stuff we remember seeing on TV about Nintendo, all the epic, you know, the Zelda commercials and all that other shit, plus a weird training video that they sent to stores.
Where'd you get this again?
eBay.
Oh, you got it on eBay?
Yep. Some dude put it together, and if you're watching, thanks, dude, whoever you are. So thanks for the free arcade, or not free, but arcade stuff.
Cool.